Good morning, everybody. This is Liquid Kenobi, and today I'm going to talk about a spoiler review of Deadpool and Wolverine. Now, the last one I did was a non-spoiler, so this one is going to be a spoiler review. So if you guys have not seen the movie yet, I advise you to not watch this. You got 5 seconds. Five, four, three, two, one, go. All right. So if you guys already saw it, we can have we can discuss the spoilers. So uh, this starts off. This starts off. I'm gonna put it like from the beginning. So it starts off with Wade. He's trying to put him. He wants to be. He wants to be part of a team. You know, he was part of the X-Men. It didn't work out. So he tried to be. He wants to be part of the Avengers. You know, because what he did was he used the time bracelet that Cable had and wanted to bring back Vanessa. And but now their relationship is becoming awkward and everything. Like it's not working out. Something like Deadpool is missing something, a reason. So he wanted to he went to Happy. He went to Happy Hogan, who is John Favreau, who's guest appearance, and he talked to him that he wanted to be part of the Avengers, you know. And of course, Happy declined him because he was giving him like some reasonable speech that it's not going to work out with him. So that was it for him. So during that moment, he was working as a car salesman. So he gave up the superhero gig and everything. So Wade was doing his job, you know, being a car salesman. He didn't like the job, but it's what he wants to do for right now. Peter, who was from the Deadpool 2 movie, convinced him that we could be a team, you know, let's do a team up one day. He showed him the costumes, like, no, I'm done. I don't want to be doing no more superheroes. So, of course, there was a surprise party for Wade. Wade had a good time. He had a good wish. He wished that the family that he has right now, this is what I want and everything. Then the TVA, they kidnapped him. But before that, he did some Disney references. It was a bit of a joke, but you know, whatever. It's Ryan, man. It's Ryan Reynolds, bro. So the TVA, they kidnapped him. Ryan, Deadpool woke up saying, and you had this guy who was in charge of the TVA. He was called Mr. Paradox, and he told him that I have a special assignment for you, a chance for you to be a hero. So of course, Deadpool agreed, and he went into the fourth film saying, "20th Century Fox, fuck you." He breaks the camera and everything. Like, yeah, I'm in Disney. I'm going to Disney. So like this, oh shit, what are they gonna do with him, bro? So of course, the TVA they gave him his wardrobe to get him set up. He got his costume fixed. So of course, as usual, they gave him his weapons, but not only that, they smacked his butt cheeks some of the times and grabbed his nuts a couple of times, you know, all that nonsense, making it funny. Of course, you see Ryan doing his thing and as always being sexy and all. But then you tell him because you can't go back to the world that you're in right now. You can't tell your people right now because that world's gonna die. So Deadpool was like, wait, what? So he explained it, telling him what was going on, and he said it that ever since Logan, your Wolverine died, your your world is slowly deteriorating itself. It's slowly dying. So Deadpool's like, what can I do to fix this? There's nothing you can do to fix it. All you can do right now is just help other worlds and everything. That's what I'm giving you, this job. If not, you can go back to your world and slowly die with them. And that's it. Or you can do this. Actually, it was the choice of him going to the void and not do anything and let him watch his world die, or help him achieve his goal that he wants, which Mr. Paradox's goal is he wants to be the control of the time continuum. He wants to be the main guy to control time, not the Loki that we have in that time thing, you know, whatever. So, whatever. So Deadpool's like, Okay, he said yes and no, so he's like, okay, fine. So he breaks his nose. So he breaks the guy's nose. He takes the time barrier thing, and he tries to see if Logan is actually dead. So of course he digs up his hole, his grave, thinking it's Wolverine. He's got healing factor. He'll live. He's gonna be alive. And then of course he sees him. And he's like, motherfucker! He cusses out and everything. The camera, you see him throwing the shovel right at him, like. And then he's like, man, I've always wanted to team up with you, man. It would have been a great team up, whatever. Then the TVA shows up, telling him to drop your weapons and come out quietly. And now Deadpool said this: I'm not going to give you my guns, but I promise you that I will not use my weapons to surrender. So, of course, he talks about the anatomy of how many bones a person has. So he uses the adamantium skeleton as his weapon. So, of course, he uses his varieties of throwing stars, katana swords, nunchucks. Oh, my God. It was just so hilarious. He uses the skull of Wolverine as a broken bottle. So we have the entries credits coming in at the same time. And you see Deadpool doing his dance moves as always, his sexy dance moves as always, bro. It's just so hilarious. And then, of course, the last part he did was he buckled his wrists with the adamantium claws and everything. And, of course, he comes out and the title is there, Deadpool and Wolverine. And then, of course, you see him using the claws and he's trying to kill them. He got stabbed himself in the claw, but then he stabs the guy. But at the ending of the killing, the last two, he had one claw up the guy's ass and the other claw up the guy's penis. And I'm like, oh, God, it hurts. And they're like, please make it stop. And he's trying to pull back and forth, back and forth. And then the other Deadpool guy and the other TVA agent are like, man, you're sick and disgusting. You have no respect for Wolverine. He was a hero, and you're nothing. So, of course, he does a trick with his katana sword, throwing it, ricocheting it right to his face, kills him. So Deadpool's like, okay, you know what? I'm going to have to find me another Wolverine. So he goes into another portal, and then you see a whole bunch of Wolverines. One that was a midget Wolverine, another one that was a futuristic Wolverine with no arm, and he had his full blue and red costume, and he has his afro beard out and his afro hair out. That's from the futuristic Wolverine comic books that was out, and I know some people will recognize that. Then you have the Hulk versus Wolverine, and you have Hugh Jackman in his older costume, wearing it. Then you have the patch Wolverine. Then you have the actual old man Logan. And then you have a cameo that we've heard rumors about what was going to happen if they were going to get him to be dressing up as Wolverine was none other than Henry Cavill himself. So, of course, Deadpool says, oh my God, it's the Calverine. It truly does exist. Yeah. So, it was so funny, bro. And then, of course, Henry Cavill, he does this thing, telling you to get the hell out of here, bro. Then we finally actually see the actual Wolverine that the trailers were looking for, that we're getting him at. So, of course, Hugh Jackman didn't want to go or anything like that. Ryan Reynolds puts the gun on him and everything and telling him that I reconsider you go. It's like, okay, fine. But you know what? I'll make it better for you, bro. He gets the liquor, Wolverine drinks the liquor, passes out dead drunk. Ryan Reynolds grabs him and says, wait a minute. Now, this is what we've been waiting for 20 years. So he gets back to the TVA. Mr. Paradox looks and with shock. He's like, what the hell are you doing? He's like, oh, here's your Wolverine. Now we can use him to save my world. Like, you idiot, you brought the worst Wolverine ever. It's like, what? What are you talking about? And then Paradox explains, this Wolverine let his entire world down. He's a nobody, basically. So Deadpool is trying to explain to him, like, look, I am not leaving here until I get my world fixed. I want to save my world. If I want to help you, I got to help my world. So there has to be a way. So, of course, Wolverine gets up, looking like, where the hell am I? Deadpool turns around, and, of course, Paradox sends him to the void. And he does the same for Wolverine. So, of course, Wolverine and Deadpool, they have this fight argument and a fight, which is a good fight. And then you have one of the surprise cameos shows up and says, "Hey, we got company coming. You better be ready." And they're like, "Who's coming?" You see a gang of other people showing up that was with Pyro, Toad, and Sabretooth. Now, these are the people that are from the 20th Century Fox X-Men characters. So, of course, they're paying tribute to those characters. Then you have this 10-second standalone fight with Wolverine and Deadpool, Wolverine and Sabretooth, which it didn't last long because all Wolverine did was chop off his head. And then that was it. So the Sabretooth died. And you see Deadpool making fun of him, making fun of Furiosa. Which was fucking hilarious, bro. And Wolverine's like, "You know what? Shut up. Alright, who's next?" So of course Pyro goes like this. "Toad, you're up." He uses his tongue, follows the magnetron beam. Of course, Wolverine with his metal bones got distracted. And Deadpool went in there too. And then the machinery knocked out Wolverine. Both of them. So they were tied up. But before I get to that, we had Chris Evans showed up, getting ready to do his fight. So Deadpool thought it was going to be Captain America doing his say log. Deadpool's like, "Alright, here we go. Avengers Assemble. I can't wait to hear this." And then you hear Chris Evans going, "Flame on!" So it was none other than Johnny Storm, Human Torch. He's like, "What?" So of course, Human Torch, he tries to take down Pyro, but Pyro, he's pyrokinetic, takes out his fire. And then of course, Human Torch just falls down with his nutsack hit by the Ferris wheel, I believe it was. And then he falls down and hits his face on the platform, concrete floor, which I thought he was dead, but he was captured too. So we go back to them, and then Johnny explains to Wolverine and Deadpool where they are, that they're in the void, and everything is like all like another world, like there's nowhere to be, like it's like you're trapped, and that you can't escape, just like the Loki room, like Loki's season 1, but of course Loki found a way out. So if Loki can find a way out, they can find a way out. So they're going to Cassandra Nova. Cassandra Nova is the sister of Professor Charles Xavier, which Wolverine did not know yet. So he then explains how things are in this world and everything. So Deadpool is making funny jokes and everything that we need to team up and get ourselves out of here, bro. It's like, yeah, you're right. So they meet Cassandra Nova. And then, of course, you get Ryan, Deadpool as always, talking the smack on Johnny Storm, accusing him of making fun of Cassandra Nova. And Johnny's like, "I don't know what he's talking about. I never said those words. I don't even know what those mean." So, of course, you see her using her power to suck his skin. And you see Chris Evans, Johnny Storm, his muscles and bones and all, and it's all deteriorated. Down, flat, down. Like, he's dead. Gone. So Wolverine's like, "Way to go, genius. Way to go, man." So, of course, you have Wolverine getting ready to do his fight. So, of course, Cassandra does his move. Like, he puts him down to the ground with only his claws showing up and throwing him deep down onto the Earth's core or whatever. And then you see her and Deadpool talking of what is going on, and then she tries to get into Deadpool's head, and it's so disgusting how she does it. After that, Wolverine gets out of the dirt. He came back, stabbed her, which he thought he killed her, but of course, she's not dead. Wipes him off. I was like, "Well, you know what? That creature is coming in. I'm gonna head into hiding. And good luck trying to survive that." So of course Wolverine saw her immediately. So he broke one of the robot's foots over the rocket propeller. He gets himself out of there along with Deadpool. So of course Wolverine got pissed off with Deadpool, telling him that it's your fault. You got me into this. You got to get me out of it. I will get you out of it. I promise. And I'll, even matter of fact, the TVA can fix your world. We just got to get out. We just got to get out of here first. So Wolverine's like, okay, we got to go to that resistance group then. So we went to the resistance group. And as soon as that, and they were walking, they met up with a dog wearing a costume of Deadpool. And Deadpool was so excited, so happy for this dog. And of course, you see none other than Ryan Reynolds dressed as Deadpool with his sexy look, his long hair, going in there like looking for his dog. And Deadpool was like, what the fuck? Are you kidding me now? So Wolverine's trying to ask, where do we go? We need to find the resistance. Oh, it's this way, man. I can even give you a ride as long as you give me my dog back. So, of course, Wolverine grabs the dog. He's like, here you go. Here's the dog. And Deadpool's upset and everything. Like, fuck. So they were driving on the way. They're trying to talk, like get to know each other better. Wolverine didn't want to talk or anything. So you see Deadpool doing the Spider-Man thing. And that's it. That was what was in the trailer too. Then Ryan Reynolds was fast talking, all this nonsense. And then Wolverine noticed something that he said. He's like, wait. Go back to what you said. And he's like, well, that maybe we can... Like, no. Before that. What, that the TVA can fix the... No. Before the TVA. What, if he can... And then he got pissed off. He's like, if you lied to me! Hey! And then he said, he said, I forgot what he said exactly, like a phrase. And Wolverine got so pissed off with him, and he talked so much shit to Deadpool, and Deadpool's like explaining, look, this is the photo that I need to help save. You're the only one that knows how to do this, and I need your help. And then Wolverine just backtracked at him, talked some shit to him, made him shut up for once. He's like, what's the matter, Deadpool? You got nothing to say now? So Deadpool's like, I'm gonna fucking kill you now. So Wolverine's like, oh yeah. Like if you could have surprised punched his ass, broke his nose, and Wolverine's like, oh, you're fucking done. They fought in the vehicle, doing the van move, and then you see Wolverine go like this, while Deadpool was flown outside, you see Wolverine going like this in the car, like this. Come on. So Deadpool's coming in there, beating the shit out of him, where they're full fighting, with either their seatbelts tied around each other, stabbing each other, everything, kicking, and he's like, oh, Deadpool's like, you know what, this is nothing, man. This van's perfect for fighting. Come on, buddy, let's go. Oh, and Wolverine's like, oh, I'm just getting started, bro. They kept fighting, and then they fought all day, all night, and everything. So they were beat out and everything. So there was a certain person that came in, and we see Deadpool tied around with the seatbelt. Wolverine's sleeping. They took off and everything. Deadpool wakes up all of a sudden while seeing Wolverine drinking liquor, and he's like, where are we? And Wolverine's like, I don't know, and I don't care because I love it here, bro. Then you see Deadpool getting ready in position because there were people coming in. He swings his sword, and then you see none other than Jennifer Garner's Elektra comes in, stops him. Then you see walks back. Then you see Wesley Snipes' Deadpool. Not Deadpool. Wesley Snipes' blade comes in, and it was perfect. Then you see none other. Now, before I say this, when I said in the video, in the non-spoiler video, that there was a surprise in there. That there was a certain actor that was going to play a certain character. There was talks about it, but never happened. The surprise is here. It was Channing Tatum playing Gambit. And oh my God, he had the costume and everything. The hair look, everything was perfect. His accent was a bit funny, but it worked. But it worked. So of course Deadpool was talking with them that there must be a way that we can get out of here. And of course Blade said, yeah, Cassandra Nova. She's the only one that has the power to get us out of here. It's like, what? We were just there. And Elektra's like, wait a minute. You were there? No one escaped it. Blade said, yeah, and Deadpool's like, what do you mean? Yeah, people try to escape. It was Punisher and Daredevil, of course. And Deadpool was a bit like, oh, Electro, I'm so sorry about Deadpool. Daredevil was like, yeah, don't worry, it's okay. And then, of course, Gambit mentioned Johnny Storm. That, yeah, Johnny Storm's been missing for a couple days. Oh, yeah, we found him, man. He was brave. He sacrificed himself, man, to save us. And Wolverine was looking at him with a smile like, oh, yeah, right. You're the one that killed him. He's like, no, don't you dare spoil it. So, of course, he fast forwarded it. Okay, well, look, I know he's accusing me, but I did not get him killed. So, whatever. So, of course, Deadpool mentioned that if we can get out, then we can all fight together and stop this. And he was wondering, okay, well, who brought us in here? And of course, another figure came in. It was I brought you in. It was none other than Laura from Logan. And Deadpool was like, yo, that's your clone sis, that's your clone daughter right there. So she was like, I hope I'm not regretting this. So Deadpool had a plan. It's like, okay, tell me if you have Magneto in your team. Is Magneto your leader? Nope, Magneto's dead. Son of a bitch. Okay, what about his helmet? His helmet's got to be around here somewhere, right? Because she's telepathic. If we put a helmet on her, she can't use her powers. Oh, that helmet's melted, man. It's gone too. Son of a bitch. The only helmet that we can... And Remy's like, the only helmet that you can use right now is Juggernaut. But Juggernaut is on her side. Okay, simple plan. We take down Juggernaut, and we get the helmet, and we put it on Cassandra. So, Electra's convincing the others, like, you know what? If these guys got out of it and fought their way out, we can do the same. We can have a chance to getting ourselves back into our worlds and saving it, if we could. So, of course, Wolverine's like, count me out, boys. I'm out. Then Laura was talking with Logan, telling him what was going on, what it was like to have his Logan, in her Logan, in her world, until she was brought here. And Wolverine was like, look, I'm not the hero that you want me to be. So she was like, you never always were, but you did in the end. And I know you're going to do the right thing. So, of course, moving forward, you see Deadpool with all the other people in there in the van, getting ready to go blast and attack. Wesley Snipes gets up there, Blade gets up there, grabs the freaking rocket launcher, and he says the words, there's only one Blade in this universe, and that's me. Blows up the drawbridge, blows up the gate, and then they're ready to fight. And then behind the trunk of the van, Wolverine comes out and gets ready to fight. They're all in their fighting stance, ready to fight. Now, Blade, Elektra, Laura, and Gambit, they had real good fight scenes against the 20th Century Fox's X-Men villains. My God, what an epic fight, bro. It was a good fight. Now, of course, Deadpool and Wolverine, they went to Cassandra, and they're trying to convince her otherwise to, hey, you got to send us back. So she refused, of course. So, of course, she throws Deadpool out and tries to get into Wolverine's mind and talks to him. And as she was doing that, Laura took down Juggernaut, went up there, gave Deadpool the freaking helmet. And as that was happening, she finally thought she got to Wolverine. And then Wolverine was like this, you didn't get me. I got you. Then you see her wearing the Juggernaut helmet and Deadpool holding Cassandra down. It's like, now you're going to get us out of here. You're going to tell us how we can get out of here. And she's like, nope, I can't do it without my powers. So either you take off this helmet and die, or we can let that thing kill us all. And that's it. So, of course, Pyro betrayed her, shot her dead. And she was dying. And Pyro's like, I've been waiting for this long time and everything. And, of course, Wolverine knocks him out. And they're like, and Deadpool's like, what do we do? What do we do? And he's like, take off the helmet. What? Take off the damn helmet. And he spoke with her and saying, listen, if Charles would have known, if my Charles would have known that he had a sister, he would have saved you. He would have saved your life. He would have came to this void to find you and help you. But you got to help me get this man and help him save his universe. So she's like, all right. So as soon as the helmet was taken off, she faked that she was going to kill Deadpool, but didn't. So she got in her pocket this ring thing and explained it that I got this from a sorcerer who I killed. And Deadpool's like, oh my God, Doctor Strange. So she does the spell. There's your portal. But you guys got 10 seconds to make your decision of your lifetime. Either you stay here and die, or you go and save your world. So they ran in there, got out, and as they were trying, and then, after that moment, Cassandra woke up Pyro, and then, now, why did you try to kill me? Let's see. And he's like, no, wait, don't read my mind. I'll tell you. It's better that I tell you. And he explained everything about Mr. Paradox and the Time Reaper thing. And she's like, interesting. So as Deadpool and Wolverine were trying to get to Mr. Paradox, says, hey, you're going to help us fix this world. And he's like, you're too late, man. I'm about ready to do that. And then Pyro comes through the portal. He's like, we got a problem. Of course, Casanova came in, kills him. Pyro's dead. And then, of course, Paradox like, what have you guys done? So, of course, he tried to escape, but Cassandra got into his mind and read his mind and said, you know what, guys? I helped you in your part, but now our bargain is off. He threw them to the side. Don't worry, I've got some people that's going to keep an eye on you guys. All right? So, enjoy. So Cassandra took Paradox down the stairs to go to the Time Reaper to get it activated. So as that was happening, all the Deadpools were coming out, including the dog, which Deadpool loved so much. So the Ryan Reynolds Deadpool was standing between Wolverine and Deadpool and all the other Deadpools, explaining, listen, man, you're outnumbered. You're done. Okay, so why don't you just give me my dog and surrender? And then Deadpool's like this, hold the dog, Wolverine. And he's trying to explain that, listen, man, we got a world that we got to save, man. We got to stop Cassandra. If we don't stop her, all the multiverse is at stake. And they're like, we don't care. Our worlds are dead already, so what's the point? So, of course, as Wolverine hit cover with the dog, Deadpool used Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool as a shield. Like, and Wolverine's like, what are you doing? It's like, don't worry, he can heal. And you see Ryan Reynolds like coughing blood. He's like, are you fucking kidding me? Oh, great. You just literally killed him. No, I didn't know. I thought he was healing. I thought he could heal. So, of course, he was trying to get him to the ice cream machine to get him healed. And, of course, that failed and everything. But Wolverine had an idea. He used the dog as the shield. And everything, hold your fire, wait! We don't want to kill the the dog pool. So Wolverine's like this, okay, I'm walking away. Let me safety. So he got into safety and everything. So then Deadpool and Wolverine were talking and arguing. It's like, listen, we got to get through these Deadpools. Are you up for this? And Wolverine's like, to killing a bunch of yous? Hell yeah, let's do this. So the dog was put down. So you see Wolverine and Deadpool going in, getting ready to fight. And as they were getting ready to fight, we see Wolverine finally putting on the mask that everyone has been waiting for 29 years. Not only we saw him wearing the suit, but also the mask. And oh my God, we were all in shock. It was glorious. And of course, they began fighting all the Deadpools. And as that was over, they thought it was done. The Deadpools got back up, and then Peter out of nowhere came in saying, "Hey, hold it! This Deadpool's with me." And all the Deadpool's like, "Holy shit, that's Peter!" Wait, you and then Deadpool's like, "Wait, you guys know him?" "Yes, we all know Peter. He is a legend in our time." So of course Peter saved Wolverine and Deadpool's life. So then Deadpool and Wolverine went down to the subway train to try to stop Cassandra. So Wolverine interrogated Paradox, saying, "How do we stop this thing? How do we destroy it?" So, man, I'm having a little meltdown right now. Man, my brain. All right. So, fast forwarding it, Paradox explains to them that there's a machine down below that they can destroy it. But the problem is, if one of you goes in there, you die permanently, with or without any healing factor. So, of course, Wolverine says, "I'm going to go." Okay? You got a world to save. Of people you love. So Deadpool was like, "Okay." Wolverine was opening the door, getting ready to go. Knocks out Wolverine, throws him out, and locks himself in there. And Wolverine's like, "What are you doing? This is my time." "No, it's not, man. Hey, I'm sorry, man. I can't hear you. All this saying goodbye stuff. Bye." So he goes in, tries to break the wiring, and pulls the wire together with the other one to connect it. And seconds were coming in, and Paradox was like, he's not gonna make it. So of course Wolverine breaks the door, grabs Deadpool's hand, uses his claw to connect to the other, and they sacrifice themselves. They killed Cassandra and destroyed the device, and they saved the universe. And of course, we had another appearance that came in. It was the black woman from Loki series, who is now in charge of the TVA, the head boss in charge. And she goes in there, is like, "Well, Paradox, you see you had a Time Reaper in your dimension, in your universe, huh? Can you explain that?" And he's like, "Look, we just had a crisis here, man. And we had two people that went down there, and I warned them not to go down because they'll die. They died as heroes. They saved this universe." All of a sudden, Deadpool and Wolverine came in, and Paradox was like, "Fuck." So of course it failed. Then she told Paradox. They told his people, take Paradox away and everything. So then she explained to Deadpool, like, "Whatever you did, man, your universe is saved. You just saved your universe." And Deadpool was like, "Well, what about Wolverine, man? I promised Wolverine that I would save his universe." So she's like, "There's nothing I can do in his world. His past mistakes just saved his universe. So there's nothing I can save. It's all good." So, of course, Wolverine was not sent back to his universe. He stayed here. He stayed in Deadpool's universe. And Deadpool's like, "So what are you going to do now?" "Nothing. Just going to walk around, see where I'll go." So as Wolverine was leaving, Deadpool's like, "Hey, want to come with me a sec, bro?" But not only Wolverine stayed, the dog pool stayed behind too, bro. And Deadpool was so happy. And of course, they met up with the blind chick that is his roommate, and it was just a good ending, bro. So everybody lived happily ever after, including Deadpool and Vanessa, and including not only they lived happily ever after, but Laura and Wolverine stayed, and they were happily together again. So that was it for the Deadpool Wolverine movie. I hope you guys enjoyed this spoiler review. If those of you that have not watched this movie yet and watching this spoiler review, you guys are dumb enough to stay behind to watch this. You should have went to see the movie, man. But if you guys already saw the movie and you are watching this video, I hope you enjoyed this spoiler review. So that's it for me. So if you guys like the video, hit the like button, share this video, post a comment below. Let me know what your thoughts about this movie. And if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button for me. All right, guys. I'll see you guys around. You guys have a nice day. Peace.